Hello. We are back. We are going to start off the stream with getting caught up with my Pro Quest, because I got at least, I don't know, like 3 probably, 2 or 3 for each of the
potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
I started getting back into reading. Oops, let me move my mic. I started getting back into reading. I went to the bookstore yesterday. We had like a little family outing, and it was me, my husband, and my daughter. My daughter loves reading. So we went to the bookstore, and I picked up a couple books. I started reading one yesterday. I haven't got very far into it. Like I don't know how far I've got it. Like, it's not very far into it, and I'm still trying to decide if I like it or not. It's a book called Gild, G-I-L-D. It's what people apparently are referring to as romantasy, so it's like a mixture of romance and fantasy. And the way that it started out, I'm just like, I don't know if this is a book for me. VIP redeem's gone. What needs a new name? Or romantasy? Or I did take the VIP redeem away because I took it away a long time ago, actually. It was just, it was so high in points. Everybody was complaining they would never get it. Oh, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. It's just, it's become like this new fad. I mean, there's a lot of books out there that are, I've started reading and I really enjoy, that are part of this, what they're calling the romantasy thing. Like, I've read all of the, shoot, what is that thing called? Just left my head. It was right, I hate when that happens. That's not it. I'm looking it up. Fourth Wing. I've read all the Fourth Wing books. Those ones I really enjoy. And then I started reading
potatoes.
The Akatar books.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
And yeah, I started. I remember like a while back, my friend had recommended this series. That's the first book is called Gild, and so when I was at the bookstore, I picked it up, and I don't know. I'm hoping it gets better. It sort of is, but it was just right in your face. It's like about King Midas and his harem. And it started off with him and his harem. Just like boom in your face. I'm just like, okay. And then he has like his favored. And he's touched, like he turned her sort of into gold. Like she's not like solid gold, obviously. But she's like, has like, her skin looks gold. And he keeps her in a cage. Like almost like, well, she calls it like a bird cage. But it's like, it's a cage all throughout the house, castle, I guess. So she can go room to room, but she's behind bars. It's weird. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if I like it or not. You should make some of these fries. Yeah, you keep on sending pictures of fries. Okay, let's get these, yeah, so I have like, okay, I have the level 60 quests and 62, 64. Oh, I have like at least four quests on each each spec here that I need to do. You should get sold to a brothel. Well, see, I was reading one of like the big names. I was laughing my head off when we were at the bookstore, and I was showing my husband because this girl's books are everywhere. Her name is Sarah Maas, Maas, and at the end of 2 of the aisles, there was just books of hers piled up. She has like at least two or three shelves on the bookcase of her stuff. There's book sets of her stuff. Like she has like at least 2 series that are super popular. There's the Akatar series, the Heart of Thorns and Roses, and then there's another series, Throne of Glass series, which I've read at least a couple of books from each of those series already, and they are really good. And the Throne of Glass one, it's sort of like that, where there's this girl that hates like the ruler because he basically killed her family, but at one point she was an assassin. She was trained as an assassin. It was it's an interesting series, but I think it turns out that she finds out that she is like, I think like a part of like this royal line almost thing, that she didn't really know that because she was so young when her parents died. Okay, let's start this. Toffee, I've had the most fascinating news. It would seem that the ruins of ancient LA have yielded to us a tome containing unknown secrets of the Summoner's Art. The tome in question is currently being kept under Rambro's watchful gaze at our dig site in Mordana. I'll be heading there shortly myself, but I would not begrudge you an earlier. Isn't it crazy when you start thinking of like you see those memes all the time where it says, you know, when someone says 20 years ago, you're thinking it's like 1980, and it really is like the big, like 2000. It's just, we're getting old. Or you see these like memes or like people talking where they say like a kid will ask them what year you were born, and they'll say 19 whatever. And they're like, that's not a real date. All years start with 2000. It's hilarious. My 2 boys were born at the end of the well, actually, no, my oldest was born near the end of 1990s. My other 2 were born in the 2000s, so yeah. What's really, like, I don't know, sad, weird, or whatever, is lately I've been seeing things about what women couldn't do. Like, they couldn't get a bank account until I think it was the 1970s or something, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, there's things that you just don't think about that you didn't realize it was so like recent that these changes happened. Or like there's that picture with the little black girl going to school, because they ended segregation and they had to have guards because people were throwing things at her. She's still alive. I'm just like, okay, you just don't think about how recent this is that these things changed. It's crazy. it just seems like ancient history, but it's not. Okay. I thought you might be along. Here, Toffee, a prize such as this should be in your keeping. We uncovered it not terribly far from where we excavated the evoker's attire. I've judged the tome to be some manner of manual for summoning magic, but alas, I was unable to decipher the writings. 'Tis fortunate, then, that after a task falls directly from Yamhitra's field of expertise. I don't know, I think in today's terminology, my step-grandmother can be called a trafficked person. The barbaric world isn't long ago. You know, isn't it crazy? Like, because there's definitely still issues around, but because it's not as bad, I don't know. I don't know how to say this properly, but like some of the stuff isn't happening anymore, at least on a like regular like everyday basis. Like you just don't think that you think that it's so far away, like time wise. But it's not. When you stop and think about it, and you're like, it's really not that long ago. Like the one thing that just blows my mind is people saying, you know, like grandparents or whatever, like they stayed, you know, the grandparents stayed married. Like it's just marriage nowadays is so bad. Like people don't have the same morals or whatever. And then people are like, no, it's not right. It's because women didn't have the ability to do anything. They were trapped. I don't know. I'm getting totally off topic. Totally, like, it just blows my mind that some of the things you just don't think about nowadays. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that's going in the States right now is just crazy. But again, okay, I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to gaming and my, you know, forget about the real world for a bit. You mean Henry VIII? Wasn't it Henry VIII or something? Speaking of which, would you mind taking the book to her for yourself? She sent word that she had been held up by some jury business in Revenant's Toll. Pray do be careful. Inventive divorcee. Yeah, inventive. Okay. Wait, is this over here? Oh, it's a leave met thing. Oh, one of these days I'll unlock all those. Maybe when I do alts or something. Not alts, but like, not alts as in different actual players, but different jobs. I'll open up all those leave met things. Yam Petra. My apologies. A trifling but unavoidable matter prevented me from making directly for the dig site. Now, shall we take a closer look at Allegan Tome? There you go. Got a book for you. Oh my, just rather more shabby than what I've come to expect from the great works of Alleg, but let's not be discouraged. The content is what truly matters. A fine observation. Wait, is a book talking to her? Oh my god, it is. Principia, at your service. I am a humbly familiar with the doctrine of summoning. It's a talking book! Have we awoken a sentient tome for some ancient library? Coffee, we must keep it contained. Have I somehow given offense? Strange, for I am not equipped with offensive capabilities. Imparting the art of summoning is my function, an instructional manual is my form. A manual, you say? Oh, we're back to being nice again. Correct. When opened in the presence of summoners, I am bound to awaken and share with them the secrets of summoning. The young mistress there is in possession of an active soul crystal, yes? It's all talking teeth. It reminds me of like a book from Harry Potter. "'Twas the soul crystal that awoke him? Correct. Only one who carries a soul crystal and has bathed in the ether of an icon may wield the powers of a summoner. I sensed one worthy of instruction, and was thus compelled to introduce myself. Icon. That is an elegant word for primal. Excuse my need to clarify the obvious, but you are a construct created to teach summoning magics to any potential student you encounter? Why would the ancients have deemed such a thing necessary? Summoning came into being for the purpose of eliminating beings, specifically those beings known as icons. Primals. Once these entities have all been vanquished, however, new Edgy cannot be harnessed. Old summoners perish, and so too does their art. It was upon glimpsing this bleak future that a certain master summoner set about crafting yours truly. Inscribed with arts of tremendous power, I exist to teach others how to safeguard their existence. Fascinating. Your creation speaks to the heart of the discipline's rarity. Summoning harnesses the power of primals for the sole purpose of destroying them, and new summoners arise only in an age when primals are rife. With the absence of living mentors, a true succession of the art is never achieved. Principia, are you then to instruct Toffee in the lost secrets of Alleg? The book's my new teacher. Book burning is totally a thing nowadays. Yeah. I am eager to oblige, but there are certain obligations ere the seal upon my higher knowledge can be unlocked. The student must first overcome the 3 challenges I am enscrolled to present. Well, considering how it refers to primals as icons, I am inclined to believe that we have an authentic, elegant relic on our hands. What say you, Toffee? Will you undertake these challenges? Do I have a choice? I have a choice. The first challenge is a test of power. This trial is designed to evaluate the raw magnitude of your arcane talent by pitting you against a predetermined opponent of carefully measured fortitude, also known as I manifest a monster and you fight it. Mayhap not terribly wise to attempt that in the middle of town. Why don't we find ourselves a less populated area out near the singing shards? Did someone put this person in a corner? Just standing there at the wall. Are you bad? Somebody put you in the corner? Okay. this way. Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's up here. Shall we begin the tests of power, mistress? Mistress? You treat your pupil as a superior, Principia. Such was the way in which I was written. Ah, and if my full name begins to tire your tongue, you're welcome to call me Prin or Pia. Oh, I'd rather like Prin. I mean, let us proceed with the challenge. Yeah. A crushing victory, Toffee. Who could argue the potential of modern summoning after that display? You have bested the first challenge, mistress. There are few summoners in Alag's long history who boasted this degree of native might. Furthermore, that you have achieved such potency through naught but the study of ancient wisdom is simply astonishing. With a little polish to your technique, guiding you to loftier heights of power should be astonishingly simple. I thought Toffee's technique more than sufficiently polished, but you say there is room for improvement? I see we shall have to adjust our yalm stick for perfection if we are to rival the practitioners of the past. Indeed, if you would know more of the past practitioners, then you need only ask. Actually, I do have a question for you. If you would indulge me, Toffee? Bryn, in which age were you created? You appear to lack the technological advancements that were predominant in constructs in the latter days of the Alag civilization. Another excellent observation. I was penned by Master Seri, a preeminent summoner of his time. He was, in fact, likely the last master summoner of the Alagan Empire's reign. Were I to date myself by your culture's notation of history, my creation would have taken place at the point just before the Empire's collapse. In other words, solidly within the richest era of the etherochemical discovery. One might reasonably wonder why this wonderful science was excluded from my invention. I assure you, there is a reason. In the beginning, the Alagans rose to superiority through their mastery of magecraft. It is told that the very first wielders of summoning magic made do with grimoires fashioned of leather and ink and parchment. There came a tipping point, however, when the mundane sciences began to progress with ever-growing rapidity. These advances were married with the arcane, and the etherochemical technology was born. Even as the harnessing of lightning energies gave rise to new recording mediums, techniques were developed that allowed complex arcane geometries to be instantly plotted. Traditional grimoires were replaced by devastatingly efficient and elegant weapons. The convenience of these tools, however, did not lend themselves well to the instruction of initiates. Beyond such considerations, the new mediums could not be perused without dedicated machinery, and their manufacture was no simple matter. And so the summoner who breathed life into you decided that tombstones and the like were not the ideal method for passing on his accumulated wisdom? Correct. He shows me the primitive form of a book and inscribed within my pages a bounty of potent incantations that required no machine to be cast. Thank you, Prin. I thought only to satisfy my academic curiosity, but I found myself swept up in your description of the past. You truly are the creation of an incredible age. Thank you for stopping by. And yes, the plan is to get all caught up with some requests tonight, and then we can continue on with the story. And thank you for your patience, Toffee. Shall we return to Gridania? Okay, back to Gridania. So I had my classic WoW raid this morning. Oh my god, it did not go well at all. Like this, basically the raids have been on farm for us for a little while now, but there's certain bosses that still give us trouble. And one of them is the second to last boss in Heart of Fear. It's like you turn into these like gooey things, and you have basically your ability bar changes, and you have to press certain abilities at certain times. And we have a weak aura that tells you what to do. Like it says press 1, press 2, like when you're supposed to do it. And we always have problems with it. And we were wiping today on that boss. So much so, someone got frustrated, left the raid group, and logged off in the middle of raid time. We had to stop and find a replacement, and we still never got it down. Like we tried a few more times, and we got close. And then our raid leader was getting frustrated.
You are not prepared!
Yeah, it did not go well. So we went over to, because there's 3 raids out currently. One we don't go into anymore. So we went into the other one that we do go into, Terrace of Endless Spring. And for whatever reason, we had problems with the second boss in there. I don't know why. It's been a long time since we had as much problems as we did on that boss. We did get past it, and we got the third boss down, and then we had one attempt on the last boss in there, and my raid leader's like, okay, that's it. We're done for the day. Actually, we're not going back, and we're not raiding again until like mid-December. Because we had planned to take a couple weeks off because the new raid's coming out like mid-December, so he wants us to have a break. And so yeah, we're not raiding in Classic again until then. Which I was so close to getting full best in slot gear on my character. I have been doing little bits and pieces, and I got into reading yesterday. We went to the bookstore and I got into reading yesterday, and then it got late, and I'm like, oh, I meant to like I had meant to go into the game and like do some things to get the tomes. And then the same thing today, after our raiding that went so bad in WoW Classic, I had lunch And then I went to lay down and read for a bit, and I fell asleep and woke up for supper. I mean, it's the same thing in WoW. I mean, that's with any MMO, really, except for Guild Wars 2, for the most part. Most MMOs, it's always like a new raid comes out and there's no new gear. So, I mean, I've never been that close to getting full best in slot gear before, because like you said, like a new patch comes out and a new raid or whatever comes out, and then there's more gear to get. But I'm like one piece away, and it was on the last boss that we did the one attempt before the raid leader called it for the day. I mean, it's not a big deal. I was so close to having best in slot, and now we're not raiding until the new raid comes out, and there'll be a whole new best in slot. And it's the same thing, yeah. When a new expansion comes out, like in World of Warcraft, by the end of it, I mean, some people still want to get some better gear, so it makes the leveling easier. But it really doesn't matter, because a lot of times within the first few levels, you're replacing your gear anyway. But, I mean, what else is there to do in an MMO? Other than doing things, getting gear, or whatever. I do like raiding, because it's like a challenge of like working together in a group and getting a boss down. Sometimes it works out really well, especially I find, at least for me, it works really well when people are laid back and they don't flip their, like, they don't freak out when you're wiping over and over. If you go into raiding thinking you're going to one-shot everything, you shouldn't be raiding. You should be like, I understand why the person today is getting frustrated. Like, we've been farming these bosses for a while, and there shouldn't be the mistakes that we had today. It was a really off day. But I've never been that frustrated where I left the raid and logged out. With something other than a pug. Even in a pug, I've stayed in pugs for hours before trying to get something down, because I don't want to leave it, and like I feel bad for leaving a group like that. I don't yeah, I was kind of surprised. All of a sudden I see this person leave the group and log out, and I'm like, oh, someone's not happy. I kind of was like, wow, kind of crazy. Okay. Well done, Toffee. We are one step closer to revealing a new secret of Ancient Ally. Ren will issue the next challenge after you've had the chance to review your studies and hone your abilities to a new level of perfection. I've decided to keep the familiar here at my side for the moment. Even with as many wonders as the Eorzea holds, folk tend to panic at the sight of Fanged Tome that jumps around of its own accord. Oh, and pay no mind to Captain Wolf. He obviously wishes to secure my services for some task or another, but we have more important matters to attend to. You guys just started. Oh, the next one. Maybe I don't have as many as I thought. I thought it was every 2 levels. Maybe it's every 3 levels with this expansion. Okay. Performing for Prim. Greetings, Toffee. It would seem that Prim would speak with us about the second challenge. Congratulations, Mistress. You are sufficiently prepared to undertake the next quest. Excuse me, Prim, but how can you tell? By analyzing the patterns of Mistress's ethereal emanations, I can gauge the strength and precision of her recently cast incantations. Of course, Mistress must attempt the challenge herself more before I can provide an evaluation to the proper degree of accuracy. This will be a test of skill. To administer this trial under the prescribed conditions, however, I must request the assistance of several more summoners to play the role of antagonists. Several more summoners? In this day and age, that will not be an easy feat to arrange. Come now, Yamhitra. The solution is right under your nose. Coffee, your deeds have caught the attention of the highest echelons of the Flames. After learning what you're capable of, we've begun an initiative to take our very own summoners into battle against the Primals. A number of soldiers under my command have already begun intensive training. I handpicked several veteran survivors of our expedition against Ifrit, and they've been issued with soul crystals we claimed from the Ascians. I and Captain Wolf has been howling in my ear for days, begging to enlist your aid as some kind of drill instructor for the etherically gifted. But now you're in need of summoners for this trial of yours, yes? I'm prepared to offer my regiment's full cooperation. All I ask in return is a fellow morsels of advice for the acolytes. It seems to me a fair trade, and my enchantments do not restrict me from instructing neophyte summoners in the fundamentals of the art. Very well, I suppose such an arrangement would prove convenient for us all. I knew you'd come around. Meet me at Camp Blue Fog, and I'll assemble the troops for inspection. Okay. Camp Blue Fog. Looks like we're all here. Let's get on with the briefing, shall we? As you command, the second challenge will evaluate the excellence of your technique as opposed to the magnitude of your miasma. First, I shall infuse the edgy of your opponents with secondary enchantments, and then you are to engage the entities in combat. Crane explained to me that the enchantments share the ether extended during the battle. Allow for an in-depth analysis of your flair for death flares. As it were, in any case, I expect you'll pass with flying colors. Right. I suppose you should know who you're up against. Designation and rank. Summoner Crispin, Private, First Class. Grateful for aught you can teach us, miss. Summoner Denise, Sergeant. I'm new to spellcasting, but I've seen my share of combat, miss. Crispin and I are to fight you as a pair. Summoner Jajasamu, Lieutenant. You've a few admirers in the barracks. Toffee, miss. But that...
Potatoes! Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
But that don't mean we'll go easy on you. Enough chatter. Quick march to the training ground. Give the word to Crispin and Denise when you're ready to battle their edge. After that, you'll be facing off against the Lieutenant's beasts. You won't be attacking my troops directly, so give it all you've got. You really like them potatoes. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make some. Yay! French fries. Prepare yourself, Miss. Denise and I will now summon our servants to battle. Aye, a pair of Ifrit edgy for you. Okay, and I can't like his thing. You finished warming up with them embers then? Because even together, we mates edgy don't hold a candle to the infernal I could summon. Right, now let's bring the flames. I had hopes for that one, but ye snuffed him right out right quick. Not much of a trial, eh? Well then, you're lucky I fought another primal during me time with the company of heroes. Aye, you're not the only summoner as can command more than one ethereal beastie. Say hello to your final opponent, Titan Edgy. Why is his so much bigger than mine? I want a big edge. I want a big one. Okay, I did it. I hope my summoners put up enough of a fight for you. Anyway, shall we hear what the book has to say? I have ruminated upon the swirls and echoes of your battle, and the picture is clear. Your technique is, without a doubt, a thing of exquisite beauty. Consider the second challenge conquered. Well, that's good news, if hardly surprising. After all, we did sweep through those edgy... You did sweep through those edgy like a storm through a field of dandelions. Methinks you've opened me eyes. I see I've some work to do before I've truly mastered this discipline. I'm glad to know we've been of service. Now we really must be returning to Gridania. Thank you, miss. This was truly an enriching experience. Aye, pray train with us again in the future. To Gridania. Congratulations, Toffee. With your impressive demonstrations of power and skill, you have already conquered 2 of Prin's 3 challenges. Ere we come to the final trial, however, Prin would rather our education on elegant summoning. Would further our education on elegant summoning. First, I would ask what you know of the rise and fall of summoning in the Elegant Empire. I was made to cover rather a lot of history, you understand. From my research, we have learned that summoners were initially lauded as heroes for their success against the primals. When certain of these mages began to abuse the art's power for personal gain, however, the adoration of the populace shifted towards an oppressive hatred. Correct. We speak now of the latter half of the Third Astral Era. My creator, Master Siri, was one of those who expanded his energies on the destruction of primals, even as he fled from relentless persecution. Alongside his disciples, he triumphed over Bilius and many other lesser entities. Bilius? That was the name of the elder primal from whom Tristan once drew power. Master Siri must have been mighty indeed to defeat such a foe. Yet he still knew fear. The thought of the grand discipline of summoning would fade into oblivion was more than Master Siri could bear. And so he sought to preserve its legacy and provide for his successors. My creator was well versed in ethereal chemistry and held a particular interest in the technology of information. Broadly speaking, he researched methods for producing arcane geometries without grimoires and experimented with machine-enhanced edging. He eventually abandoned both of these technologies, deeming them unsuitable for the instruction of future generations, hoping to provide guidance to those summoners yet unborn. He instead began writing and enchanting a work that would survive down the ages. He made me. Such an accomplished personage. Why then have I seen but scant mention of his name in Aleg's history? As you have said yourself, it was an age when the adulation of summoners experienced an extreme reversal. It is likely that Master Siri's achievements were struck from the records, even as his loyal pupils were struck down in the streets. I was shut in a storeroom, abandoned to my slumber like some common treatise on trade agreements in the southern provinces, and thus I can tell you not for what befell my creator in his later years. I expected a dry recital of the history of the summoning, but you shared with us your personal narrative. 'Tis clear you hold a great deal of respect for Master Siri. I am a familiar. I simply relay information as I was inspelled. The lecture is now over. As you wish, Prin. Well, Toffee, 'twould seem class is dismissed for the moment. I suggest you recuperate from the day's trial and look forward toward preparing yourself for the final challenge. An existential crisis. The time has come, Toffee. Prin is ready to administer the final trial. Yes, your third challenge is at hand, mistress. I shall be glad to at last share the wisdom that has long lain dormant within my pages. Thus far, we had evaluations of raw power and refinement of skill. What then will this third challenge seek to test? That I cannot tell you. Cannot or will not. I do not keep this detail from you for the sake of my own amusement. It must be secret. Were you able or were you aware of the test's purpose? Such knowledge would unfairly affect its outcome. What I will tell you, however, is that this trial requires conditions that are akin to an actual battlefield. As such, I must ask that you call fellow summoners to your side and arrange a location where we might join hands against a most realistic primal threat. Well, this ought to be welcome news for Captain Wolf. I shall see if his acolytes are available. Greetings, this is Yamhitra. I am Hitra, of the Sons of the Saint Poinok. I have a favor to ask. Well, Captain Wolf was more than eager to accept our request. He even offered to arrange exclusive use of a section of Seal Rock. It seems there will be an airship awaiting in Elda to fly us to the island. Shall we rendezvous at the landing once we are prepared then? This will be the final and most grueling challenge. Pray ready yourself, mistress, that you are not reduced to that you are not reduced to so much gruel. Okay, go to Alta. Okay, airship landing. I don't know about you, Toffee, but my nerves are beginning to get the best of me. Captain Wolf and the others have already landed at Seal Rock, so let us not delay the challenge any further. Who could that be? Oh, Summoner Jasamu. How might I? Pardon? By whom? Lieutenant, can you hear me? Blast. The call was cut off. Toffee, our immortal colleagues are under attack. Their situation sounds dire indeed. All the summoners are crippled by injuries, and Captain Wolf alone fights to keep the foe at bay. Our planned battle has become rather more real than we anticipated. We'd best explain matters to the pilot and arrange a rescue party. Okay, before we start this, in about a minute or so, there's going to be ads coming up. So I'm going to take a break starting now before the ads will last like 3 minutes like usual. So I will be back in like a few minutes, and I'm going to take a stretch break and a bio break, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's get this quest done. Ambush, you say? Understood. I'll put in a call for reinforcements, but my ship is ready to depart now, if you are. Shall we go in ahead? Okay, to rescue the summoner. I've located a survivor. Let us ensure his continued survival. I'll live, I think. The others. We became separated. His wounds are not too serious. Come, Poppy. We mustn't tarry. Are these edgy? I've never seen the like.
You're doing amazing, sweetie!
Thank you! Ooh, that's a big one. Continue on. So who got the house that we bid on Thursday? Well, yeah, they got it on Thursday. Okay. I guess we have to continue on. They're going to stay there. Cool. Nice that they're sharing. I didn't know that was possible. I know you had mentioned it, but I didn't know it was possible to share a house. Oh god. Summon more things. More ads! Handle it! I'm not handling it very well.
Don't worry, buddy. You're doing fine.
Oh god. Where did this guy come from? More ads! Go away, ads! I don't want them! Don't die, dancing wolf! Don't die! Yeah, okay, did it. Oh.
Shall not pass!
Anomalous potential confirmed. Commencing scan. Hello? Latent ethereal capacity immeasurable. Standard perimeter succeeded. Reinitializing system. Okay. Oh, it's this thingy. What? He's hovering. What? He wants us to go another round? Is that Sari? I get the feeling that Sari's somehow magically alive or something. Ah, I was right! I was right! Master Sari, how have you come to be here? Master, surely you do not mean that, Sari. Ah, Principia, they have awoken you. They have woken you. This should suffice. What did you do to Prin? The construct is unharmed. I simply added another layer of security. Do not disappoint me, Summoner. I will be waiting. odd. The way he vanished was almost as if... Thal's teeth. What was that all about? Bah. We'll discuss this back in Alda after we've seen to the wounded. You arrived in the nick of time, Toffee. Thanks to you, my soldiers survived that ambush, and they'll be fit for duty again after a bit of rest. Ah, you have our gratitude. If you hadn't plunged into the fray like that, we almost certainly would have perished. You said that bastard was Master Seri, didn't you? A summoner of ancient Alec? Did them mages have some way of coming back to life? Alright, Lieutenant, let's not jump to conclusions. Well, that he was wielding summoning magics, unlike aught we've ever seen before. Maybe Prin has some idea. I'll be back. I'll be sure to ask. Come, Toffee. Let us return to Gridania. Since we're here, let's just go to Gridania. I don't know how long I'm going to have to play this game before I remember that I cannot mount in the cities. Because every time I do, I go over to try to hit my mount button and I'm like, oh, right, I can't. Every damn time. Like, it's hilarious. Well, what was meant to be Toffee's final trial was certainly testing, to say the least. Tell me, Prin, what makes you so sure that that was Master Seri? Based upon the evidence at hand, there can be no doubt. The vocal and ethereal signatures were identical to those exhibited by my creator. The only aspect that gives me pause is his behavior. Master Seri was never one to offer harm to others with such callous indifference. I would say there's a larger conspiracy to consider here, Prin. Your creator supposedly died several thousand years ago. There is one other possibility. The greatest minds of LA unlocked a science known as cloning, by which they would artificially create a replicant of a living being. Seal Rock is, after all, a construction of the Allegan Empire. Assuming the individual you battled was indeed a clone of Master Seri, then my senses would recognize no appreciable difference. An exact copy of the original person would explain much, but the very thought of it is horrifying. Oh, and did he not tamper with your enchantments? Are you truly unharmed? My faculties are undimmed, but the wisdom I was to impart to Mistress has been sealed behind an arcane lock. I can do nothing, only my creator holds the key. Then your secrets are lost to us. If only Toffee had been able to attempt that third challenge. Attempt? Mistress has already passed it. Allow me to explain. The third challenge is a test of the summoner's nature. Thus does the trial require the presence of companions and a realistic threat. Master Seri's ambush did, of course, bring an unexpected dimension to the proceedings. Yet Mistress leapt to the aid of her fellow summoners without hesitation and braved considerable danger to see that they were safely rescued. Selfless acts that more than qualify Mistress as a worthy successor. I had wondered why power and skill were not sufficient. Sari wished to see his teachings passed to summoners of noble heart. Correct. He could not countenance the idea that such knowledge might be put to evil ends. Now you understand why his display of violence so confused me. Aye, and all the more reason to suspect an impostor. But whatever this man's identity may be, we will track him down and make him remove that seal. Your purpose is too important. And I will assist you in any way I can. The Master Sari that made me would not stand to see his memory profaned with such wickedness. Well said, Crane. For an enchanted stack of ink and parchment, you have an impressively developed moral compass. I possess neither morals nor a compass. I merely follow my enspelled directions to guide worthy summoners. If I give the impression of such characteristics, then mayhap I am overstepping my bounds as a familiar? No, you're fine, Crane. Forget I mentioned it. I will see if I can unearth more detailed records of Master Sari. Mayhap the story of his later life will aid us in unraveling this present mystery. Okay, next quest is 68. Okay, I still got another level to go. Okay, we are caught up on the summoner quests. Now to the scholar quests. Okay, so we'll just return to Limsa. Go from there. Go to Marauders. Wait. Where am I going? What is the Marauders? Why wasn't... Oh, I know why it wasn't showing, because I don't have the quest. But I'm going to the Marauders. Check. Toffee, what... That you should arrive at this very instant. It is as though the gods themselves have sent you. About a quarter bell ago, I received a missive from Cerrito Corrido. An emergency has arisen at the Wanderer's Palace, and he has requested our immediate presence. While the exact nature of his trouble remains unclear, we can scarce ignore his call. He waits us at his usual place. Come, my friend, we haven't a moment to waste. Okay, this way. Oh, I was just thinking, so when we were at the bookstore yesterday, I was looking at like different bookmarks and stuff, and I found one. It just made me laugh so hard. It said, I don't watch porn, I read it like a effing lady. And I cracked up because a lot of the romantasy books are like very graphic. Not porn, porn. P-O-R-N. I do not watch porn, I read it like an effing lady. That was hilarious. Because, yeah, if you've read any of the Fourth Wing books, Court of Thorn and Roses.
Potatoes.
Yeah, it's
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
it's pretty graphic. You want some corn though? Okay. You can get some corn to go along with your French fries. Do you like corn on the cob or do you like loose corn? I like corn on the cob. Alka Zolka Toffee, thank you both for responding so swiftly to my summons. Forgiving my brusqueness, but I believe it best if we cut straight to business. I presume that both of you remember the invisible void scent we defeated not too long ago. We could scarce forget such a vile creature. Well, you'll be pleased to hear that I have finished studying its remains and believe a cure may be within my grasp. But mayhap cure is a slight exaggeration. What I speak of will only halt the spread of the sickness, not reverse all the effects it has had on our bodies. Sarita Corrido, you are far too modest a man. Truly, what you speak of is incredible, a miracle even. Alas, it is not to be praised for the progress I've made that I asked. It is not to be praised for the progress I've made that I asked you here today. You see, Satoto, one of the comrades who has been assisting me in my experience, has mysteriously vanished. I am incredibly worried. While the rancor has subsided from most of our hearts, we will retain our Tonberry forms. Were we to wander too far from our home here, any number of organizations would be more than happy to have us hunted down. That is why I would ask that you, my two most trusted associates, locate and escort Satoto back to the Wanderer's Palace before it's too late. Of course we'll do it. We can hardly ignore the pleas of one of Nim's foremost scholars. Toffee, I have an idea of where we can start. Let us check with the Grand Companies to see if a bounty has been placed on Satoto's head. Bounty? Let us hope it has not yet come to that. The Maelstrom Command in Limsa Laminsa. There we should be able to ask the Hunt Billmaster if any Tomberries have recently been registered. I guess we're going back to Limsa. What is this pet? Wind up alpha. What is Oh my lord, look at him! He is adorable. It's like a little baby chocobo with little goggles on. I want one. Okay. This guy here. Good day to you, sir. How might I be of service to you today? We're looking to slay a Tomberry. A Tomberry, eh? We currently have only one Tomberry marked for the hunt by the name of Marberry. Marberry? If I recall correctly, he was marked for the hunt for even before Satoto was disappeared. The possibility of there being a mix-up between the two is slim. It seems we must continue our search elsewhere. Lieutenant Swirl? Alka? I wasn't aware the two of you knew each other. Rashat. Good to see you again. I think I may have forgotten to say so the other day, but I greatly appreciate your help with my training. You know I'm always happy to help. I don't suppose you'll come this way and thank me, however. You've come all this way to thank me, however. What brings the two of you here? We're searching for an escaped Tomberry and thought it might have been marked for the hunt. A Tomberry, you say? Well, I can't promise this is in any way related. A few days back, a disturbance broke out in Vesper Bay. They discovered a stowaway hiding in one of the ferries. Indeed? Witnesses say that a small green blur leapt from between the crates and dashed out of sight as soon as the ship pulled into port. While of similar size and build to a Lalafell or Coquern, they claim it looked far too alien to be either. Sounds like a Tomberry to me. Thank you, Rashat. It sounds like you may have given us our first lead. Toffee, after me. We make for Vesper Bay with all haste. Okay, to Vesper Bay, so I'll use one of my thingies. These thingies. Oh, good. For a moment I thought I had lost you. Let us begin by questioning this man here. He appears to be one of the men from the ferry Rashat told us about. You're asking if I saw the stowaway? You bet I did. Now, it wasn't just a stowaway that boarded our ship. Nay, I suspect it was one of them fellers. A gob without his mask? Either way, either that or it's a rare beastie we can't find around these here parts. Not that it matter, mind ye. Whatever it was, the grass blades are after it, and you best be sure they'll catch it. Indeed, thank you for your help, sir. You gotta go help them. If that's what it is. I mean, there's probably a lot of different green things out in the world. If an organization that large has yet to find the stowaway, we've a little chance of succeeding in such an endeavor ourselves. Rather than blindly rushing around, our time would be better spent gathering what information we can regarding this incident. I shall go and speak with my acquaintances in Elda. In the meantime, I ask that you return to Cerrito Corrido and inform him of all that we have learned. Coffee, I can only hope your swift return means you're coming bearing good news. Not really. Has crossed the sea and is likely now in Thanalan, you say? What could possibly have spurred our friend to do such a thing? Cerrito Corrido, forgive my tardiness. I made a small detour to Alda to speak with my associates. Unfortunately, they could tell me nothing aside from the fact that the brass blades are looking into who the stowaway might be. I have nevertheless asked that they keep an ear to the ground and report to me should they learn more. Thank you, Alkazilka. If, as you suspect, our friend has fled to the vast continent of Alandard, there is little sense in us conducting any more searches. Judging by the brass blades' inability to find their quarry, we should have no need to worry about the hunt or any other institution capturing Satoto. For now, our best option is to wait until we know more. I am inclined to agree.
Hello.
Should I come across any new information, I will send word to you right away. Hello, Perk. There's a good chance this search will turn into something of a long-term effort. Toffee, I suggest you rest while we still can. While you still can. Toffee, what brings you this way? The next quest? Oh, it seems then Okozolko's missive somehow failed to reach you. He has uncovered information regarding Satoto's possible whereabouts and is currently waiting for you to join him at the Marauders Guild in Limsa. You best hurry. Okay, Limsa. Oops, I didn't mean to use one. I still have like a bunch of these like ticket things so I don't have to pay for the ports. But I'm not really worried about paying for the ports because I'm not having a problem with Guild. It's very easy to get Guild in this game. Yes, I'm trying to get caught up on the job quest. So I got caught up on the summoner quests, and now I'm getting caught up on the scholar quests. Welcome, my friend. My contacts have recently caught wind of a rumor that the Brass Blades are once again on the move. It seems they have spotted a creature catching the description of the Vesper Bay stowaway. I love the tomberries, but it's cute that they hold these little knives. Luckily for us, their quarry has fled into the Black Shroud, an area that is out of their jurisdiction. Actually, the tomberries remind me of bigger versions of... In Diablo 3, when you are a witch doctor, you have this ability... as you're fighting to summon these, I can't remember what they're called. I used to call I started calling them potato with knives because I used to watch a YouTuber, that's what they called them, because that's what they look like. They look like these little potatoes with knives. And the tomberries remind me of like a bigger version of them. Every time I see them, all I can think of is the potatoes with knives from Diablo 3. Luckily for us, the quarry has fled into the Black Shroud, an area that is out of their jurisdiction. While there is still much we do not know, at least we now have an idea of where to begin. Let us immediately depart for Camp Tranquil. Why is it, I swear, every time we come here, it's raining. As you may well already know, the only way to reach the Black Shroud from Thanalan is to pass through this area. That means whoever or whatever the brass blades were pursuing entered the forest from here. If our hunch is correct and Satoto is in there, we must hurry. A tomberry who has seen little of the outside world would likely not last more than a few days on the run. To cover more ground in less time, I suggest we split up. I shall take the north while you scour the south. Once we're done, let us meet back here. Got our Tonka toy. Surveying, looking for the Tonberry. Try as you might, you do not catch sight of Satoto or anything resembling a missing Tomberry. On this way. Try as you might, you do not catch sight of Satoto or anything resembling a missing Tomberry. We're not having much luck here. This way. I'm guessing we're not going to find him. You spy a fallen figure, small of stature and green of skin. It's surrounded by poachers. Uh-oh. We were going to find him. Is that Satoto? Leave that Tomberry alone! It looks like we've struck gold. Haha. If we skin and sell this thing, we're guaranteed a fortune. What? The living being animals. It has intelligence. It's wearing clothes. 7 hells. Don't go celebrating just yet. We've got to kill it first. The hide's so thick it broke my bloody knife. What is wrong with these people? Not like it's an animal. It's wearing clothes. I hate that I have to fight as a healer. I'm not good at it. Satoto! Ugh, Father, is this where it all ends? Satoto appears injured. Quickly cast Adelaquim upon her and she might be healed. Gonna... What? Oh, this. No names of spells. Thank you, madam. You saved my life. That spell, you wield Nimian magics? Are you, perchance, Toffee, the adventurer in possession of a soul crystal? Sarita Corrido often speaks of you. Thank the gods. You're safe. After my search of the northern reaches turned up nothing, I returned to Camp Tranquil to wait for you. When you didn't appear, I began to grow worried and came looking for you. Good thing I did too, bloody poachers. Oh, and how rude of me. I nearly forgot to introduce myself. Hello, Satoto. I am Alkazoka, Royal Marine and Marauder. My friend Toffee and I have been searching for you. My lady, if I may be so bold as to say so, your radiance is blinding. Toffee, isn't she beautiful? I think she's adorable. She? How did you know? I'm pretty sure she is a he. Both these sound rude. I'll just how do you think? It's obvious, isn't it? Her glowing skin, her comely face. She's clearly a lovely young woman. Now, Satoto, what prompted you to leave Bronze Lake so abruptly? As you are likely already aware, Cerrito Corrido saved us. While on the outside we remain as tomberries, he has purged our hearts of the rancor. And that is why I left. There is something I must take care of now that my mind is once again my own. And what, pray tell, is that? Over 1,500 years ago, back when Nim was still at its peak, my father was a scholar and a royal marine. He was dispatched upon a secret and incredibly dangerous mission to infiltrate Amdapor. The day he left was the last time I ever saw him. I suspect the reason he never returned was because he was discovered and apprehended by the Amdapori. And so you came here, to the place that ancient nation once stood? You do realize that regardless of whether you survived or not, your father, I know, I am not under no illusions that he might still be alive. Even if he somehow escaped Amdapor, unlike those of us sealed away in the tower, the passage of time would have eventually robbed him of his life. I'm only looking to find something that reminds me of him, a keepsake, if you will. It sounds as though you loved your father a great deal. Very well, if this means that much to you, we, the Royal Marines, shall volunteer to aid you in your search. Right, Coffee? The two of you would really do that for me? Oh, thank you so much, very much. Now let us return to Camp Tranquil. There we can discuss how to proceed. Oh. Oh wait, is it just over there? I'm just gonna fly there. There's no point in spending gil. Away. After we begin searching for a memento, or before we begin searching for a memento of Satoto's father in earnest, I must go to Bronze Lake to inform Cerrito Corrido we have found his dear comrade and that she is safe. Speaking of which, Satoto, you must promise me you will never again do anything so reckless as wandering a foreign land alone. The realm is a dangerous place, doubly so for someone with your affliction. Very well. If it really means that much to you, I shall make that promise. Ahem. Good. That's all that I ask. Toffee, I ask that you look after Satoto and see that she gets some rest, that she might recuperate from her ordeal. We shall make for the lost city upon her full recovery. Okay, this is the last one before we start the story again. Satoto, you appear to be doing much better. Even your complexion has returned to normal. Indeed, I too notice that my skin once again glows a healthy shade of green. It's like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm like, what? Coffee, now that Satoto has recovered, our search can begin. Ere we depart, let us quickly review what we know. Satoto's father was a scholar in the Royal Marines who had been dispatched on a mission to infiltrate Amdapor. He was returned with a cure to the disease that threatened to engulf Nim, only he never did. Yes, I am almost certain he was caught, captured, and then killed by the Amdapori. Even if that was not the case, after 1,500 years, we can safely assume he is no longer alive. I hold out hope, however, that some of his belongings remain. Amdapori were extremely dedicated to expanding their knowledge of healing magic. Anything in a scholar's possession would have been of incredible value to them. And had my father been captured, they would have confiscated all that he had. He would then likely be transported to a remote and secure location for interrogation. That means our chances of finding anything that once belonged to him will be the highest in Amdapor Keep. Oh, Alka, not only are you terribly kind, but you are a keen of mine as well. Thank you. Now, in the final years of the War of the Magi, Amdapor was demolished by the Machi. It was overrun with a myriad of void-sent beasts that linger to this day. As we forge forward, we must be sure to keep our wits about you. Amdapor might be fraught with dangers, both known and unknown. So we're going. We finally made it. Coffee, if you're ready, please lead the way. I Satoto's memento of my father. Okay, there's a cloth statue over here. Whatever happens, I shall not leave this place without something to remember my father by. I'm guessing it's not going to be in here because that would be too fast. Nothing in the bay looks as though it belonged to him. Kill this big butterfly thing. Open tome. All pages are in tatters. Perhaps we'll have better luck with other. Looking for more shinies. Oh, notice the thing standing there. Shiny. Oh, there's a shiny here. Leather-bound tome. The interrogation of the Nemean spy we apprehended is scheduled to soon take place at the Moat. The healing powers his people wield are not like to those of white magic. Regardless of what it takes, we must find a way to determine the mysterious source of his power. We suspect his robes are crucial in his spellcasting. They will no doubt hold some of the answers. For now, however, we will be sealing them away in one of our mana idols. Toffee, this log, I think it's about my late father. Then we must begin dismantling the mana idols. Something with dismantling mana idols. I don't see anything to click on or anything. That's why I'm just killing things until I see something. Oh, on this way. I figured it'd probably be this way. Oh, these are mana idols. Oh. Guess we just continue on. Gonna get hit. That's a big dude. A mana snatcher. Why are there so many broken mana? Great God, it's the beast. Don't die, Alkazoka. Oh crap! I knew that was. Okay, I have to pay closer attention to them. Okay, there's gonna be ads coming up any second, then we'll make another attempt.
Don't worry, buddy. You're doing fine.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break because the ads are gonna come up any second now, and then we'll come back and we'll beat this thing. Okay, I'm back. Let's try this again. I just need to keep at the last part there. I need to keep an eye on Alkazalka closer. Like I've said many times, if they put us into a group and you need to keep somebody alive, they should put them in a group with me so I can keep an eye on them better. Let's see how much we can skip. I'm gonna get these books because I have a feeling we probably have to get them to proceed. Did he call a friend or what? I was trying not to kill you, but if you want to come over... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Try not to kill as much. They keep on coming over. I just want to make sure I kill everything. I swear. Like, I don't want you. I didn't. I was trying to skip you. Just leave you alive. See how many of these mana things I could skip. Probably not a lot. We might be able to skip that one. Oh, you can hear the little Tonberry's feet. Okay. Nine off bazooka. Guy's not dying fast enough. 'Cause I'm trying to keep Hulka's look alive. Swear to God, what? We have to do this on a lower level. Because I'm spamming heals on him and he's like barely taking any heals. I don't. And he's gonna die right here because he can't get out of shit. And every time I move, he comes and stands by me.
Throw more dots! More dots! More dots! Come on, more dots!
I hate having to DPS as a healer. I wish I could just heal. We're going on very easy. I'm done. I just want to get past this stupid quest. Like, I don't mind being in a dungeon and have, you know, throwing out some DPS here and there, but with these quests, like, I have to do decent DPS and keep the guy alive, and he's so stupid. He can't get out of stuff. And when I'm healing him, his health is barely going anywhere. I don't understand what the heck. They really need to fix these quests so they put them on into an actual group. You can see what's going on. I'm wondering if he had like a dot on him. I just didn't notice because he's not on my frickin' group. I wish they would just put you the last part of this thing. Why do I have to go through the whole damn thing again? You need checkpoints. They're just gonna come out. I've never had, like, gotten so frustrated where I lowered one of these, the difficulty of these things. I usually can do it in a couple tries if I have problems. Most of the time I don't have problems. I just, either I'm missing something on this big guy at the end, because once I said, like, maybe he had a dot on him or something I needed to cleanse and he just didn't notice, which is very possible. I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Throw more dots, more dots, more dots. Come on, more dots.
It shouldn't be that difficult to heal an NPC. So that's why I'm wondering if there was a dot on him. Like some kind of something on him that was preventing him from being healed properly. I'm gonna. He has vulnerability on him. Get rid of it? No. Okay, well, maybe it was. There. So Toto, Toffee, perhaps this is it. Perhaps it is. I bet you it is. Look, it's a Nimian grimoire. Like I was looking over his shoulder. So cute. I recognize this. It's my father's, and these are his robes. They're there from the day he left. All of it has been so perfectly preserved, it's almost as though he was wearing them, but yesterday. Oh, what's this? Is that his soul crystal? Yes, and within slumbers the fairy that has been with my family for generations. I thought I had lost nearly everything to that god-forsaken war and the incredible disease that followed. Yet in spite of all odds, here she is, the last of my family, sitting right in the palm of my hand. I would give anything to see her again. Lilac? Lilac, please, answer me. Uh-oh. That don't look good. The purple thing around him, what's going on? Oh, he passed out? What's that? I don't think that was a fairy. Satoto? Satoto, what happened? Wake up! Toffee, something's wrong. She's not responding. We must get her back to Camp Tranquil immediately. Toffee, you're a Royal Marine and an outstanding scholar besides. Surely you can diagnose what's wrong with her. Satoto has no external injuries and both her breathing and pulse are stable. Despite this, she appears to have slipped into a coma from which she will not wake anytime soon. So she won't be waking up anytime soon? No, that can't be. What in the seven hells happened back there? Troubled civilians in need of helping hand, I presume? Might the wood whalers be of assistance? Ah, well, if it isn't the adventurer, what brings you to this neck of the woods? Toffee, this is another one of your friends, I take it? So in essence, a botched invocation rendered this thing unconscious? The solution is simple enough. Just leave it there to rest until it wakes up. Thing? Thing? How dare you speak of Satoto in such a callous manner? And to think that you would suggest we leave this beautiful young lady out here in the open until she wakes up? You must be mad. Young lady? You quite sure that she is... my apologies. I shall carry the young girl inside and see that she is given a proper place to rest. Before that, this coat of green mucus isn't contagious, is it? Green mucus? That's not green mucus, it's... Never mind. No, it's not contagious. You should be fine. Thank you for your help, sir. It is greatly appreciated. Green mucus. At least for now, we can rest easy knowing that Satoto is safe, or as safe as she can be given the circumstances. All should be in order. I've seen to it that your friend has been given a comfortable bed to rest in until she recovers. Toffee, I shall return to Bronze Lake and inform Cerrito Carrito of all that has happened. Perhaps he will be able to shed light on what's wrong with Satoto. In the meantime, I would ask that you remain here, near on hand, and keep an eye on her. Don't worry, I shouldn't be away too long. Okay. Go back to summer. We're going back to Kakane. Disease. Back to the story. What's this? It says question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't even know what it is. It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Yuguri and Gosetsu, where Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up, and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Haru would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. While she tends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alize and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you can take those in the north. In anticipation of such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yuguri and Gosetsu during our voyage. Oh, those are pretty. Wow, Y'shtola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, Toffee. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Okay, I'm gonna change. I was like, why is... I thought my Midgard Stormer was out. I'm like, how did that happen? It's just somebody else. I'm gonna change my minion. Oh, let's put out the frog. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, Alphino sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself. I've already seen it. You may view Alphino's sketch at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. Okay. Why do I need to look at it? I've already seen it. It looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Ah, sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Kakaru at the onsen. That was it. I'm not attuned to that one. What the... Apparently we got a few different aetherites we still need to get here. Somehow miss them. I like this music. Okay, where's the aetherite? Up here? We gotta attune to it. There we go. come all. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There's not that mystical waters of Bokazen hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand? You seek this aura and Rogaden, do you? Rogaden? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons past or present. Please? We came all this way from Mariosia to find our friends. We have our reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Hotokazi, was it? Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered the other day. Ah, an Ari shinobi and a Rogaden samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some few of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Injin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea, the doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet? I see. And you're familiar with the ways of the Hingashi? How we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kagani is open to Injin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or, if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? Sure. If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The 2 individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Katogazi. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, Miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when we finish, alright? Good luck. Yeah, okay, let's finish this quest. think it's gonna be a short stream tonight. I'm thinking of streaming during the day tomorrow, since I'm not raiding. Okay, I'm trying to find the passage. There's like a walkway, but it's upstairs. The dog's barking. So I think, yeah, tomorrow I think I'll wake up, do a little bit of house cleaning, and then start streaming earlier than I usually do for a Sunday. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking tonight might be a shorter stream. I'll just go and we'll do a couple quests, and then I'll go relax and and read. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Passengers? No, we no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? Ah, if it is a woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Anybody down here? Any factor? Yep, no. I wish I could just jump down there. Yes, a Rogadan gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent it away like all the others before him. The woman? Nay, I know her not. You asked me if I've seen this Ori woman in the Rogadan Samurai? The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Razhatan. It would be an unreasonable detour. He barks at nothing, I swear. Half the time when he barks, I look out the window and I'm like, I see nothing. He's imagining things. Oh, where's this? How did it? Oh, never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Oh, we got a sketch we can put up on the wall. Okay, like I said, we're gonna have a short stream today. I feel like going to lay down and doing some reading, so we're just gonna end the stream here for the night. I will be back tomorrow, early afternoon maybe. Like I said, my plan tomorrow, we'll see how it works out. My plan for tomorrow is to wake up, do some house cleaning because it really needs to be done. I've been ignoring it for a while, and then stream in the afternoon, evening time. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will be back tomorrow. Later. Bye.